nakulong and under military commission. Siya ay nagsalita, no? Inantabayanan ng kanyang pagsasalita, no? At doon niya sinabi, no, kinote pa niya ang isang Spanish na revolutionary, si Dolores Ibarruri. I shall die on my feet with honor. I would rather die on my feet with honor than live on bended knees in shame. Well, after that speech, mukhang nagkaroon ng mga sympathy at kumalat yung speech niya sa buong Pilipinas, no? And this is Ninoy Aquino, isang traditional politician. No? So, maraming, alam mo, makasaysayan ito at pag-aaralan ang defense speech niya, ang sasabihin niya sa korteng ito ng mga susunod na henerasyon. Kaya mahalaga ito.
Ayos.
Okay. Nabanggit ni Professor Shao yung susunod na henerasyon, itong si Jules. Gusto nating malaman, ano, sila yung nagawa ng survey noon. At sinabi na niya dati dito sa ating programa na siya mismo gusto niyang marinig ang testimonya ng punong mahistrado. Ikaw, Jules, ano yung mga gusto mong malaman mula mismo kay Chief Justice Corona?
Well, unang-una, sobrang natutuwa ako at na-excite din kasi sa tingin ko napapanahon na para lumabas na mismo sa korte si Chief Justice kasi sobrang tagal na, di ba? More than 30 days na. Tapos ang daming mga pasikot-sikot pa para mas mapatagal, para mas madepensa. So I think it's about time na siya na mismo magdepensa sa sarili niya kung naniniwala siyang totoo talaga yung mga dinedepensa sa kanya. At kung wala naman talaga siyang tinatago, panahon na talaga para lumabas siya. So ano ba yung mga inaasahan natin na ilabas mismo ni Chief Justice Corona? Siyempre, lahat ng mga aligasyon na nilalabas sa kanya, kung ito ba totoo o hindi, ipakita niya lahat doon, ipaalam niya sa lahat ng mga mamamayan. Tipong yung mga ordinary citizens mismo maintindihan nila na totoo yung mga sinasabi niya. Kasi at the end, ano ba yung magiging impact ng Supreme Court o ng Chief Justice if ever convicted or acquitted siya? So, nasa kanya yung burden ngayon para ipaniwala sa lahat na if ever ma-acquit siya, paniniwalaan pa rin siya at nandun pa rin confidence level ng mga tao sa kanya.
Attorney JJ, syempre binantayan natin impeachment trial na matagal-tagal. Until Lunes, hindi natin alam. We're getting mixed signals. Titestigo ba? Hindi titestigo. In fact, during the break, mukhang the trend was towards not bringing the Chief Justice to court. Ano kaya nagtulak at bakit biglang nagdesisyon ang depensang dali na ang Chief Justice?
Actually, ang nakausap ko, medyo reliable information yung kuhaan ko. Sabi nila, ultimo ay nagulat na nag-decide si Chief Justice na tapusin na ito. I would presume that the Chief Justice decided it on his own para matapos na nga. Dahil sa bagay, yun nga yung pinangako niya. Pero somehow may apprehension din ako dito bilang isang legal practitioner. The mere fact na haharap yung pinakapitulo ng Supreme Court sa publiko at hindi natin alam kung paano siya tatanungin at kung paano siya tatratuhin. At siya ay incumbent Chief Justice, nag-aalangan din kami at nag-aalala na baka naman isipin na ng taong bayan na ganun-ganun na lang din yung pagtrato sa ating hustisya. Yun eh. Kasi somehow, if he sits down, he would represent the justice system as he sits there on trial. So medyo nakakatakot pa rin.
Okay.
Mark, itong pagtestigo, nakatakdang pagtestigo ni Chief Justice Corona ay matapos itong lahat ng testimonya nitong ipinapatawag nga ng depensa tungkol dito sa $10 million account umano ng punong mahistrado. Gusto ko malaman kay Attorney Trixie, kung sakasakaling magbago ang isip ng Chief Justice, pwede pa ba siyang umurong?
Okay, let's lay the basis first. I think that yung pagtestigo ng punong mahistrado dito, ang nasa sakdal, makes for good theater but very bad law. In the first place, hindi sa kanya yung burden eh. He does not have to explain. The burden is on the prosecution. Prosecution dapat magpatunay. Ngayon, kung nag-raise ng doubts ang prosecution, there's still just doubts. Kailangan islam dunk nila. So if it requires the explanation of the accused to settle an issue, then you can still argue actually reasonable doubt eh. So kung hindi na kailangan yung testigo ng akusado, then slam dunk na talaga yung sa prosecution, then again, there's no need for the accused to testify. Now, as to the 10 million, merong question pa doon. Saan pumasok yung 10 million? Andun ba yun sa charge? Andun ba yun sa, now, was that included in the original charge sheet? Kung hindi siya included, then yung yung pag-amin ng defense dito, I would think would have been a bad bad move on their part. Kasi hindi sila required na salagin yung 10 million dahil hindi naman plinisinta ng prosecution yun eh. Hindi kailangan i-explain yung 10 million yun because technically it doesn't exist. Wala pa siya dun sa ebidensya. Argument pa lang siya. And in fact, haka-haka pa lang siya dun sa labas. So, if you want to be conservative about it, yung walang kailangan sagutin yung nasa sakdal kasi yung 10 million, kung sa 10 million lang kung yung 10 million na yun, hindi pa na-ipresenta. On the other matters, of course, if the defense opens the door, then the prosecution is free to come in and ask anything, including on the evidence that they had already presented.
At nabanggit mo, Attorney Trix, bumabalik doon sa yung quantum of proof, yung kung sino ang may burden. Gusto kong pasagutin na agad yung ating yung ating private prosecutor, si Attorney Cynthia. Attorney Cynthia, para sa inyo, ano yung benefit talaga ng pagpunta ng Chief Justice? So, nabanggit nga ni Attorney Trixie, posibleng hindi nga prinisenta ng prosecution yung 10 million, pero kung pupunta nga siya, ano yung mangyayari?
Teka muna, before I even go to that, I'd like to tell everyone that even the prosecution was surprised. Kasi we were preparing everything for the list of witnesses that they wanted. And in fact, it has to be clarified that this was not a move of the prosecution. In fact, we had diligently tried to present our evidence in this case, and if we would recall, this is just merely cross-examination of their own witnesses, of the defense witnesses, so that when one of the defense counsels came up and said that this is the decision of the Chief Justice to come out and speak for himself, natuwa kami kasi this would be the time that he promised he would come, pero on the other hand, we would have to be prepared for what they have to say because we really have to reiterate the move on the 10 million is not part of what the prosecution has laid down. So therefore, I think insofar as the burden of proving this is concerned, siguro we should ask the defense. Kasi sila ang nagpatawag. It wasn't even in the plan of the prosecution. It was in the media. It was in a separate forum. So insofar as the prosecution was concerned, we were just really focused on trying to prove that there was a violation of Article 2. Yun lang talaga. Pero now that the Chief Justice is coming out, we hope that it will happen. Para naman, once and for all, there would be answers to all the questions that are in the minds, not only of the prosecution or the defense or the Senate mismo, but also to the public. I think that's what's important.
Naku, maganda nga sana nga malaman ang panig ng depensa, no? Kaya lang inibita natin sila. Pero may kasabay kasi nga press briefing na isinasagawa ngayon ang depensa kasabay ng ating programa, kaya hindi sila makakadalo. Ngunit tanungin natin si Attorney Samonte naman, tila po nitong dalawang nakaraang araw after the break ay mas handa ang prosecution, lalo na dito sa mga naganap na cross-examination. Ano po ang naging nagtulak sa prosecution? Kasi alam po natin, kahit naman po yung mga tagapagsalita mismo ng prosecution team ay inaamin na lagi silang nasasabon. Did the prosecution really prepare for this time?
Opo. Pinaghandaan po namin to, lalo na't nagkaroon ng mahabang break. At kung natatandaan nyo, yung sa akin kay Mayor Atienza, midstream na naputol kami, although siguro mga 1/3 lang talaga yung natira. Pinaghandaan namin to dahil anticipated naman namin na yung sasabihin niya. Tapos na yung direct examination niya. So, ang kailangan na lang gawin is to wind up the cross-examination para kay Mayor Atienza. Now, with respect to the other listed witnesses, of course, may mga kanya-kanyang assignment na kami, like Attorney Rojas to take care of the branch clerk of court, Attorney Hines to take care of the sheriff, and the rest. In fact, doon sa natitirang 4 o 5 pang subpoenaed witnesses, may kanya-kanya na kaming assignment, including if ever na wishful thinking nga namin, na kung lalabas si Mrs. Cristina Corona. May paghahanda na po kami doon. Although lahat tayo nagulat after a day 35 or after Monday, nung Tuesday, yung supposed to be last day, biglang may announcement si Attorney Roy na walang nakahula sa amin nun. Kung napapansin nyo, kung si Veronica nandun sa gallery, kaming nasa prosecution side, gulong-gulo kami. Hindi namin alam kung saan papuntang direksyon yung sinasabi ni Attorney Roy o ng depensa na kesyo kailangan isupina itong mga complainants sa $10 million and after which pipresenta si Chief Justice mismo to the delight of everybody. Pero ano yun biglang 180-degree turn yun dahil nung Monday, kung natatandaan nyo, insistent sila na ipresenta pati si DOJ Secretary Laila De Lima, only to find out one day after or 24 hours later na biglang willing silang scratch yung subpoena and stick to this new batch or new list of witnesses.
Marong katanungan from our audience, pero gusto ko lang tanungin si Attorney Bong, bilang isang defense counsel din sa maraming kaso, Attorney Bong, ano kayang naging analysis ang naganap bago nila pinagdesisyonan nito? Dahil mukhang wala namang ebidensya nga on the $10 million at mukhang their defense strategy at yung pagpresenta nila ng kanilang defense witnesses was moving along quite well until nangyari nga yung about the Basa Guidote yung testigo na maganda yung pagka-cross-examine at lumabas yung mga konting problema doon sa pagbenta or paglipat ng shares ng Basa Guidote, and then the announcement. What do you think is the strategy of the defense here?
Are you referring to the announcement?
Yes, I'm referring to the announcement that the Chief Justice will testify.
I think it's a very good defense move, no? Because after all, he's the only person who knows the transaction that he entered into. Unang-una, may personal knowledge siya. Palagi ko, the Chief Justice knows what he's doing. And I have strong faith in the defense to his defense lawyers na kaya-kaya nilang depensa si Chief Justice. Kaya napag-isipan na nila to matagal na. I'm sure even before they already considered the presenting the Chief Justice as witness. Kaya the truth will come out sooner or later.
That's what we're all wishing for, Cathy.
Inaantabayanan talaga yan ng taong bayan. Samantala, merong mga katanungan mula sa ating audience.
Yes, may katanungan mula sa ating audience, no? Pero bago yan, nais kong tanungin si Attorney Cynthia. Kasi sinasabi nila kapag hindi nagbigay ng waiver si Chief Justice Corona, hindi rin mabubuksan yung mga bank accounts. So, how will the prosecution attempt to prove na meron nga siyang dollar accounts? Kay Attorney Cynthia.
Like as mentioned by Attorney June, no, kanya-kanya kaming assignments. And insofar as the proving the bank accounts are concerned, there are a team of lawyers who are out to prove na meron talagang accounts. In fact, I think just because of the TRO, hindi namin mabuksan yung mga dollar accounts na nakita na namin. And definitely, if this moment or if this thing comes out when Chief Justice comes in, I think the prosecution will be more than ready and more than happy to ask the questions to the Chief Justice.
Thank you, Attorney Cynthia. May katanungan tayo mula kay June Kevin Gonzalez ng Letran Calamba. June?
Tanong ko po kay Ms. Trixie po. Sa dami po ng personalidad na pinagsabpina po sa muling paglilitis sa Lunes, kailan po kaya matatapos ang impeachment?
Actually, I wish I knew. But based on what the defense says and what the prosecution has also been very clear about is that ang depensa parang ang hinihingiling nila is about 5 days. Tapos ang prosecution ganun po din. So if it's 10 days,